Good morning to you and welcome to our Facebook Live this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a nice brisk January morning here, that's for sure. So definitely quite cool, but nice and dry. So that's always a good start. So my name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in Brackley in the centre of the UK. Brackley is only a small market town, so I don't expect you to know it unless you're relatively local to me. So today I wanted to focus on the new papers from the forthcoming Morning Carol January to June mini catalogue. And just before I do that, I want to remind you that this Christmas catalogue finishes today. So if there's anything in there that is retiring, today is the last opportunity that you'll be able to get it. Some of the items have already sold out, as they often do when it comes to the end of the catalogue, so bear that in mind. The best way to see what is available is to hop to jeminicraft.co.uk and click on the Shop Now button, and then you can click across the top on Sales and Specials from the Stampin' Up website, and one of the options in there is the year-end closeout or retiring items. If you click on that, that will show you everything that is left, that's in stock, that's retiring, some of which will be discounted as well. So that's your last opportunity to do that today. So morning Tracy and Carol, I've said hi to already. So that's just a reminder. So that runs out today. So if there's anything you want from there, papers or anything, stamp sets, now is the time to grab them. Some of them are at a great discount. So have a look through. Some of them discounted up to sort of 50%. So there's a complete mix in there. But the best bet is to check online. Sales and Specials is what you're looking for. And then year-end closeout. Okay. Oh, let me just turn myself down off my phone. Morning, Jill. Morning, Tracy. Thanks for joining me this morning. So what I want to do is go through the new papers, and what I offer customers and team members at the beginning of each new catalogue is a paper share, and that's basically a quarter of a pack of all of the papers in the new catalogue, so that you get a feel for what's there and a little bit of everything. Obviously then, if you like anything in particular, you can carry on and order a complete pack of it. So, and these are all from this new mini catalogue. So I'm sending out the remaining catalogues today. So these will be in your post boxes tomorrow or Wednesday. So if you haven't received yours, feel free to just comment and I'll make sure that I've already sent you one or that I send you one today. So that's the new January to June 2021 mini catalogue. So let me show you the papers. So I've split the paper share actually into two parts. One is the what we call the standard papers. Not that there's anything standard about them particularly, because they're lovely, but they're not foiled or anything else like that. There are standard papers that are £10.75 per pack. Hi Katie. So I'm going to come back to these ones at the front in a second. Okay. I'm slightly further away from my Oh no, I'm not. From my desk, because the dog was sat between me and the desk, so she's moved now. Thanks, Cassie. Okay, so we have these papers here to start with. Now this is a 6x6 paper pack, and what I do with the 12x12 papers is I cut them to 6x12 rather than 6x6, because that way you can get 3 card bases out. Whereas if I cut them to 6x6, which is easier to post, you can only really get 1 card base from each piece, so you end up with a strip which you can still use, but it's not quite as effective. Hi Carol G. So this is called Dandy Garden, and this is the exact contents of the paper share. Okay, I think I'm going to pop my light on just to give us a bit more light. Turn it away a little bit. There we go. Okay, because it's not exactly bright. So this is called Dandy Garden, and as you can see, it features dandelions and flowers, but on the reverse it's got more neutral papers. So let me flip through these first. I will be doing some crafting at the end of this, by the way. So if you've already seen the papers or you're not interested in seeing them, hop yourself a cup of tea or coffee and then come back. So here we have dandelions. So I'll show you one side first and then the other, and dragonflies. And this matches with the stamp set that has obviously the dragonflies, but also a dragonfly punch. And that matches the dragonflies in the papers. So you've got these in really nice, quite bold colours. Some of them are white backgrounds. Morning Molly, and Happy New Year to you too. So these got the little dragonflies. They match the little dragonfly punch and the large ones. So this is one side. Just really nice deep colours. Let me turn these over. So we've got stripes, and they've got this lovely dandelion print, which is in lots of different background colours, but in white. Morning Jeanette, hope you're okay my darling. Little bees, dandelions. You might not be able to see that, they're very fine dandelions, and then a sort of these are like dandelion clocks. That's one side, and then this is the reverse. So we've got Misty Moonlight in there, and Mossy Meadow, Bumblebee. Morning Brenda. Rich Raspberry. And then we've got some white backgrounds as well, and again this recurring theme of the dandelions. I love that. This is lovely too. The little flowers on. So you can see the colour theme here. The sort of bumblebee, Misty Moonlight. There we go. And there's that one again. So that one is called Dandy Garden, and that is a 6x6 paper stack. So when you buy the full pack, oh bless you, it's 48 sheets. So and you get 4 of each of the 12 designs. So you'll get 1 each of the 12 designs in your paper share pack. Okay, so that's Dandy Garden. As I say, these are all the, I hesitate to say basic, but these are all the standard papers. So this one is called Fine Art Floral, and as you can see, it's designed to look like, well, it was in fact painted originally in oil paints and then photographed, which is where you've got this detail, which you may not pick up on my camera. So there's that one. So what they do is the artist paints lots of different variations, and then they take photographs of that, and then they manipulate it accordingly. That's lovely, that one. This one here. Now this does have specialty acetate that goes with it, which is a acetate layer with gold foiling that matches the flowers. You'll see that in the second pack of papers. So you get 6 of the 6x12 sheets. That's one each of the designs. And there's that one there. And then on the reverse of those, you've got this painted look. Now there is also an embossing folder that goes with this that does a painted distressed look. So nice bright details. Carol will like that one. I know, Carol, it's really it's so difficult for Stampin' Up to show you what the papers look like. It's really difficult, and that's why many demonstrators will offer paper shares and things like that, so you get a little bit of everything. But until you see it in person, you know, it's a very different ball game, isn't it? So that is Fine Art Floral. Then we have this fun one called Snail Mail. And I think this is great if you love toadstools, great for the children as well. I think the children would love this one. So again, this is 12x12 cut to 6x12 for you. So you get 6 sheets of this, so enough for 3 cards out of each one. So we've got these rather fun toadstools. We've got presents and little parcels. And then the big fun snails, and this snail matches the one in the stamp set and the dies. Very big, bold, bright toadstools. A fun line of large and small snails. And then this one again, and this one matches the dies as well, and the presents. So that's one side, and on the reverse of that we've got hello, allo and bonjour, and this matches the little actually I'm not sure it matches exactly the think bubble, speech bubble on the set. There is one, but not sure it's exactly the same. Postage stamps, and then Bermuda Bay with lots of little stitching over it. I'm not sure how much of that you can actually see in my light. Tiny little pink hearts on a red base, dotted lines, and then swirly lines. So if you're not into snails, you could use all the reverses of those if you preferred. So that's called Snail Mail. The next one is the one that matches the men's set, although not specifically for men, but mainly men, called Well Dressed. And it matches the Well Suited suite, which has the shirts and ties on. I can't show you the page in the catalogue until it's released, but I was lucky enough to do a preview demonstration of that to the whole demonstrator base in the world when the catalogue was released to demonstrators. So I was really lucky to be invited to do that. So I have a whole set of samples based on these papers and the stamps and dies. So what I'm going to do is do a special class for that If you buy the dies and the stamp set as a bundle, then I'm running a free class to go with it, where I'll share with you all of the samples that I made with that particular suite, and it uses these papers. I'll show you the papers in a second. Let me just show you a couple of the cards to give you some idea of what you can do with it. So the stamp set includes ties. So we've got ties there, and that's a rather glimmery version. If you can see, that's with our rainbow glimmer paper. This sentiment is in German because I have to do English, French and German sets, but just to show you what fun this set is. And then there's one here for the doctors, and I'll just show you one more. Oh, it's difficult to choose because literally I have so many. There's this one here. So the suite does all the die cutting for this, and it has this happy birthday, it has the little pocket, the tie I've cut out with red felt, so it includes all of that. So I will be doing a special class for that. If you buy the bundle, there's another one, make it look like a jumper. It's a really fun set. So I have a whole stack of these, as you can see. So I will do a separate class on that. I won't do it as a class in a box because you really need the stamps and the dies to make this one work. And I'm certainly not die cutting that many shirts. So I will do it as a special class, probably an additional class maybe at the end of January, which is you'll get access to all of those and the video content that I did to present to the demonstrators. So anyway, back to the papers. So these are all designed to fit, in terms of the size of the design, fit the dies. So we've got blue little diamonds. So think of suits in particular, obviously for this one. We've got pinstripes, you can see that one. We've got little dots, black and white check, perfect for shirts. Remember my dad having a flannelette shirt like that. And then some paper that looks like it should be material, so like a tweed. And then it's a nice bold check. And if I turn those over, you'll see the reverse side. That is a good question. I'll check the bundle price for you. I say I should know, shouldn't I? But it was a while ago, back in November. So the bundle is 45, which is the stamp set and the dies, and the paper is £10.75. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a £55 bundle of the papers, the stamps and the dies, and you'll get access to, oh morning Marion, then you'll get access to all of those projects, and I'll show you how to create them. So this is the paisley. I love this, and it's a perfect size for paisley excuse me, paisley shirts and paisley suits. And stripes, this is good for cutting the ties out. It's almost like an old school tie, isn't it? And then we have this one here with the flowers, almost not quite Hawaiian, but not far off. This one makes your eyes go funny. This is Poppy Parade colour, so you can see actually the difference in colour on the screen. I see it as really bright poppy, but it's coming over to you, I think, as quite orangey. Another check, and then another stripe, again perfect for ties and things like that. So there's bow ties and there's main ties in there. So that's called Well Dressed. This is the hydrangeas from Hydrangea Hill, and this is the one that I'm using for my class in a box for January. I'll show you the cards if you'd like to see them. So we have hydrangeas across the bottom. Now I don't know if you can see that, it's absolutely beautifully drawn. A page of hydrangeas, and then individual hydrangea bundles, some watercolour effect. Now these could be anything actually, they don't have to be hydrangeas in my opinion. And then you've got the petal detail here in Rococo Rose, and then another full set of hydrangeas. And if I turn these over, you've got the muted pages here. So these got tiny little dots. This has got tiny little flowers on it. Okay, I will do that, Brenda. This might be one of my favourites, these tiny little white flowers on blue. This is Highland Heather and Misty Moonlight. Purple Posy, stripes, and then a green stripe. So if you'd like to see the cards, I have them here, so I'll show them now. So we've got 5 cards. So for the class in the box, you'll have double that amount of the papers. Okay, so you'll have half a pack of papers, and you'll get all of the bases, all of the die cuts that you see here are all included in your class in a box. Obviously you can add the hydrangea stamp set and or dies if you wish, and you can also add the whole suite as well, which is got lots of other bits and pieces in it. So this is one of the cards, so you get all these little flowers, and what's nice is all of these flowers are on one die, so I'm not going to have to sit there and run it through 10 times for everybody. They're all on one die. So there's that one there, and even the tag comes with the bundle. This one is just using that paper literally on its own and adding a sentiment and some of these lovely pearls. So these pearls are included as well. Just a plain one using the reverse of papers. And then again, these little tags come, so everything you see comes with the bundle, with the exception of the thanks there. You'll get that in your class though. So just adding this die here, and this lovely gorgeous great ribbon which has been added. And then this one here is thanks, actually the design is thanks to Marie, who sent me a Christmas card with this paper folding in. It's really effective. I have to say that I took her Christmas card and pulled it to pieces to calculate how this was done, but I think it's really effective, and I'm going to do that again with some other papers. So that's the 5 cards, but you'll have enough supplies for 2 each of those in the class in the box. So you have 10 cards, and you'll have plenty of papers left over. You get 16 card bases in total, and you'll get, as I say, twice this amount of papers. Okay, so that's the class in a box, and that's £20 just for the class in a box with all the contents. This one is called Sand and Sea. So we've got this lovely seaside spray, balmy blue background. Another one here, so really nice soft watercolour effects here. These would make stunning cards just with a sentiment on it as well, wouldn't they? We have this one here. And another one. And then we've got the seashells, the four different types of shells. Okay, and then on reverse of those, or on the front of those, depending on which way you look at it, we've got little dots, seashells and starfish in a very soft blushing bride. Same there with the larger shells. Starfish. This is lovely, I love this one. And that one there. So stunning for, you know, if you don't like making backgrounds with inks and things like that, then this paper does the work for you with all of this watercolour. It literally looks like watercolour paper. Yeah, I'd absolutely agree, Carol. Yeah, you could literally just take those and put a really nice gentle sentiment on it, even a thinking of you or so sorry for your loss, and that's all you would need to do. So that is Sand and Sea. Oops. This one is called True Love, but it's not really, it's not full of hearts and things like that, so I think the name is quite misleading for this one. Stunning black and white. And I don't know if you remember some black and white papers we had a couple of years ago. I did it at a Let's Get Creative, and that was amazing. So you can just pick out some of these odd ones to colour in, or you can colour the whole of that background. So this is one side. So there's also almost little succulents here. As actually, I don't think they are. I think they're like a dahlia. But you could colour them in to look like succulents, which are very in this year. This obviously has a matching stamp set as well. So True Love, this is called. Tiny little daisies. Nice florals, and similar to the glass I've just had, you could colour in either the flowers or just colour in the background. It's a really effective way of doing that if you like colouring in. That one there with a lot more detail, and this one here again which mimics the stamp set. So that's one side, so florals, but if you're not into florals, then the other side will make your eyes go funny. It's very geometric. So you could use this easily for masculine cards. You could also use it for wedding cards with, you know, black and white. So a larger design. Stripes. Black on white dots. And almost like little herringbones. And then a detailed stripe. So that's called True Love. As I say, the name I think is slightly misleading, although if you look at the stamp set and the bundle that goes with it, you might realise why. But I do love those. Well, I like all the papers this year, I have to say. And then finally we have the ice cream corner. So this is a fun one with ice creams and things like that. Obviously it has a matching stamp set and dies that go with it. So we have this one here with the funky sort of cornets. Again, some nice watercolour backgrounds. So if you're not very good with ink and paper on their own, then this could be a good one to use. That's a stunning set of colours, isn't it? Pretty peacock and I want to say mossy meadow because it's been lightened out, isn't it? Ice creams. I can't see me using these in January, but maybe in May and June. Perhaps we'll have an early heat wave. And then these fun cornets there. And there is an ice cream builder punch that punches out the ice creams. And then on the reverse of this, some fun related ones. So like little hundreds and thousands. One. Dots. Stripes. Different stripes. This is Blackberry Bliss. And then this one here, which is perfect for punching out the ice cream cone from the punch. Looks like that, you know, waffle cones. So those are all of the basic papers in my paper share. So you can get that complete stack as it is for £22 if you're able to collect from me, or if you want it posted out, it's £24. In addition to that, we have the specialty papers, so I'll just show you those briefly, and I will do some crafting, I promise, for those who are waiting. So these are the specialty papers, and when they come to you, the papers will all have their they'll be wrapped in a piece of a paper band, and that will tell you what the design is on it. It's got a printed label on it, so you know what it is if you want to order any more. So this is our specialty papers. So the first thing we have are 4 sheets of this acetate, and I don't know if you remember, it's quite difficult to show you with that light, sorry. It's called mercury acetate because it's designed to look like, you know, mercury bobbled up on the table. So there's 4 of these in 2 different colours and 2 different designs. So this one's sort of like splats, and this one is almost like you know, like a mirror goes when it's really old. And this is 2 colours, and then on the reverse it is silver, and these actually match the Hydrangea Hill papers, designed to coordinate with those. So in my pack you'll get 4 of those, to each of the designs. This is the acetate that goes with the fine art floral papers, if you remember quite early on. So this matches the paper, so it sits on top of the paper with this gold design matching exactly the paper behind it, and you get 3 of these. So that one, there's that one there, and this one here, the mosaic. That's those. Then we have 3 sheets of the 6 sheets of these. I think that's, there we go. And I'm desperately trying to think of the name of these, sorry. I could look it up from my labels. Let me just double check. I can't show you the catalogue yet, sorry. So this is called the, no it's not, it's called Love You Always Specialty Designer Paper. So this is a pack of 12 papers, and it's like a light pearlescent paper. It's white on the reverse, so one side only, but this lovely foil design. So for the purposes of the paper share, you'll get 6 of these, 2 each of 3 designs in 3 colours. It's really stunning. That's that one. Then we have the pearlescent paper, which is this one here, and you get one sheet of that. Stunning with an embossing folder, absolutely stunning, because it really does make the embossing folder stand out. And then you've got the Love You Always foil sheets. So this again matches the other ones there, and these are foil card in 3 shades of, well, you've got like a champagne, and then you've got 2 pinks. It's difficult with the light, sorry, almost impossible with the light. Okay, and with all of these papers, you'll get a selection of the free celebration papers. So these are available for free with any order over £45 from tomorrow onwards. So for example, if you bought the Well Dressed bundle, then you could choose one of these sets of papers for free. So with the specialty papers, you'll get some of these ombre papers, and as you can see, the ombre is the change of colour up or down, and you'll get these. So this is actually a pack of 48 sheets. I'm just putting a sample in here for everybody. So that's the ombre paper, so those are free, so I'm including those in your pack. And then with the standard papers, there's 2 sets of celebration papers that you can get for free. There's this one here that has this lovely painted design on black, reminds me very much of barge painting in the UK. So let me show you these papers, and these will come, if you get them for free, they come as 12 by 12. Obviously for my paper sampler, I've cut these down. These are just gorgeous floral colours. So there we go, there's the 6 different papers. You get 2 of each from the free pack. Let me turn that over and show you the other sides. So little flowers, dots, chevrons, different dots, stripes and leaves. So that's one set of celebration papers, and then this is the other. This is called Paper Blooms, and this is really pretty. If you like delicate florals, this is nice. Morning, Alison. I hope you're well. This one. So these are all very similar, but with different backgrounds. So we've got Seaside Spray, we've got white, we've got sure if that's Petal Pink. I think it might be a Blushing Bride. Navy in the background, and then we've got dots and chevrons. And if I just flip these over to the reverse, you've got these fun flowers, stripes. This is Rococo Rose, and then Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. So that's the reverse. So that is the free papers that you can get in Celebration. Right, there's one more thing I want to show you, and then I'm going to do a little bit of crafting. Apologise that you've had to sit there and watch, but it's the only way really of being able to show you the papers in such detail. I'm worried about mixing these up, so let me do that now before I forget. So that's my specialty papers. Those are all the standard papers. So you can order the paper share now, say £22 for the standard paper share if you can collect from me, or £24 if you would like it posted. Well, that's one good thing about the paper share, is you're not, although there's quite a lot there, obviously you're not overwhelmed with any one design. So the other thing I want to show you just briefly is this pack of papers. Now this will be the new colour family papers that we will get in the new annual catalogue. So I don't know if you remember, each year we have slightly different papers in the annual catalogue, one for each of our colour families: the brights, the subtles, the regals, the neutrals, etc. And these will be the new ones that are coming out in the new catalogue. I'm not going to show you all of them. This is the brights pack, and you get 40 sheets in each, obviously because there's 10 different colours, and you get 2 of each design in each of the colours. So there's that one and that one. So these are perfect for backgrounds and matching. Obviously these match the inks. Now these will be available to buy in July, I should say. No, in June, in the new catalogue. But if you join as a demonstrator between January and February, you will get 5 of these packs absolutely free. So you effectively get a preview. You can't buy these otherwise. Thank you, Jeanette. You can't buy these otherwise until the new catalogue comes out. But if you're interested in joining the team as a demonstrator, even if you are buying for your own purposes and you don't have to demonstrate, that's, you know, not a requirement. All we ask is that you can be buying for yourself, you know, just share your love of crafting with people, whether it's by sending cards or crafting with them when we're able. But if you join the team in January and February, in addition to the great joining offer anyway, which is £99, and you choose £130 of products, you'll get 5 of these stacks free on top of that. So you get an extra 200 pieces of paper of the new design. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that because, again, it's one of those things. It's on the catalogue on one of the pages, but you just can't see the papers. Only the fact that you get 200 of these. Right, let's do some crafting. Very finally, we've got there. So I do have details of this available. If you're particularly interested, just message me and let me know, and I'll get that organised for you. So I'm going to be using some of the celebration papers. Let me put away my complete pack, otherwise I shall be very confused later. So these are my odd bits and pieces, and I'm going to be using a note card, and I'm going to be using the Darling Donkeys stamp set. So this is also a freebie available in Celebration, and you can choose this stamp set for every £45 you order from, and that can be from the current catalogue, it can be clearance rack items, it doesn't matter what it is that you're ordering. The exception is you can't choose this obviously if you ordered you know, a couple of paper shares or something, because the paper shares obviously for me are worked differently. I place orders based on each 4 sets of those. So what I'm going to do is I've cut a panel with my Stitch So Sweetly die here, and I'm going to stamp the donkey in the panel and then colour the little flower to match the background paper. So they're all just so nice, aren't they? So these are all the celebration papers. I think I'm going to do the Just Jade one because that's just so pretty. So what I'm going to do is cut that to fit the front of the note card. But what I'll do is stamp the donkey in the meantime. I've got a block here, and let's grab the standing donkey because I think he'll fit on there. Yes, he will. So very cute. And the donkey card that I did, if you saw me do that one on New Year's Eve, I think it was, where kicking out 2020 and welcoming 2021, I did give that to my neighbours, as I said I would, because they do like donkeys. Right, a bit of early espresso to ink this up. There we go. Just going to pop that down. I hope it's not too shadowy for you. He should fit in there nicely. Like so. Cute. While that's just drying, I'm going to colour him in with blends pens. I'm just going to cut this piece down. So the size of our note card is 3.5 by 5 inches. So I'm just going to do it a smidge under. Just so it's not hanging over the edge. So almost just a millimetre really difference. Now if you cut that size for a note card, like so, so that's going to fit. Oh, it's not very straight. I've done something strange there. I might have to cut this down to make it bordered. I'll check that. But if you cut that properly, what you also then end up with is another piece that you can put on another card with a sentiment this way, for example. You can pop that on there and have a little sentiment across the bottom, or you could use that as a centre panel on a standard A6 card. So what did I do wrong here? Oh, cut it to 3.25, not 3.5. So I'll make this one with a border after all of that. Carol knows me too well. And she says, early espresso, a perfect excuse for a donkey. You're quite right. So I'm just going to cut this now to 4 3/4, so that I've got a little border around. I did do some grey donkeys, but I do prefer early espresso. So that's going to go onto there, and then my little donkey is going to go onto there, just to show off the celebration papers and the celebration stamp set. So let's do a little bit of colouring. So what I'm going to do is colour in the, I know it's a rose, I'm going to use Bumblebee for that, which I haven't got. So I'm going to use Daffodil Delight and have a yellow rose, so that's matching. And then I'm going to do the foliage in Just Jade, so it matches. There we go. And Just Jade is here. There we go. Voila. And then I'm going to use crumb cake, I think, for my for my donkey. So you're going to laugh because in my hand I've got 2 light crumb cakes. So what on earth have I done with my dark one? That's bizarre. Let me see if I can just locate it, because I do want the dark one really. How strange. Okay, let me see if I've got a new one. Sorry ladies. I have. I'll probably find it in a minute, but rather than keep you waiting while I'm looking for it. Okay, that's better. So I've got dark crumb cakes. I'm just going to use that around the edges, just using a sort of feathering motion. Excuse me. Oh, I've gone croaky. It's because I haven't had coffee yet. So I've got a little bit of detail for that. A bit of shading here. And where it would be in shade under his head, like so. Like that. And then I'll bring in, this is a new one. So I'm just using the wider tip because it's a bigger area. This is the light crumb cake. Let's add a little bit in here. Cute. I might add a bit of darker detail for these bits here. So the stamp set has some sentiments that go with it. That there, so it's got Eeyore, you're the best, hey there friend, and it's your birthday. So let's just finish that off. So quite an easy animal to colour. Sometimes people get worried about colouring in animals, but I think he's quite easy. It's not too big as well. That's the other thing. I find if you've got a really big open animal, it's quite difficult to colour in. So let's just add a little bit of grounding for him like that. And let's put this together. Just going to fold my note card. So, and if you saw my video last week, just referring to the fact that the Whisper White is being replaced by Basic White. So at the moment you can order Whisper White card, that's currently in stock if you need any of the thin card, but all of the other Whisper White items are out of stock until we have our new supplies in. So just as a reminder for that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this layer centrally on here. Now I've cut it down a little bit. And then he's just going to pop onto there. I'm going to use some dimensionals for that. And there we go. So this has gone on a bit longer than my normal session, and only a little bit of crafting at the end, but I think it is, I hopefully think it's useful for you to see the new papers. There we go. You'll say the paper share is open to order now, so just let me know if you would like that. Here's my little donkey hopping on there. If I put it up quite high, I might have room for a little sentiment across the bottom. I'll just see if I've got a small, just want a tiny little thing. Oh, thanks Brenda, that's good. So I was looking for one of my tiny little die cuts. That's a little bit heavy-handed for that, isn't it? Thank you, Jeanette. Oh, this one might do the job. There we go, that will do. If not, I could use the punch and cut one out. So I might add in, see if Hey There Friend will fit in there. Yeah, should do, just. So let me just do that. So my trick, as many of you will know already, if you want to see if it will fit, is turn the piece of card over. And stamp on the back first. And then you're not wasting your piece if it doesn't fit. Oh, hi Moretta. You're coming just at the end, my darling, I'm sorry. But you can watch it on replay in a few minutes. So I just basically went through all of the papers for the new catalogue, the projects for this month's class in a box, which I know you've already ordered anyway. There we go, that looks cute. Job done. You're not back at school today, Marissa, I wonder. Marissa works in a local school. So just centralising that underneath there. There we go. So a fun little card using the free Darling Donkey set and the free celebration papers. Oh, that's okay. Oh, well done, Moretta. Perfect. Excellent. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in the paper share, then just comment here and I'll send you a message with the details. You can have the basic one and you can add on the specialty papers as well if you wish. So thank you for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow. So this week we're back to our normal times. So Monday and Wednesday 10 AM. Tuesday, Thursday and Friday we're live at 5. So I hope that's been useful. I look forward to catching up with you all. Remember, today's the last day for the autumn winter catalogue. If there's anything you want in there that's being retired, today's the last day to order it. And the used catalogue goes live tomorrow, the 5th of January. That came round far too quickly, didn't it? Okay, thank you so much everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You take care and look after yourselves and each other, and stay safe, and I hope you can keep crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye.